Hey you all, once again welcome back to my channel. How are you all? I hope you all are absolutely great. So students, if you have gone through my previous video, you must have seen that I have already given you detailed explanation of this chapter number 1, the sentence, right? So in today's video lesson, I'll be further discussing the types of sentences. But before that, what is the most important thing which you always have to do? You have to like the video, you have to subscribe to my channel, and you have to share the videos with your friends and classmates, right? So now let's come back to the chapter. So students, I hope that by now you all have understood that what is a sentence and what is the subject, verb, helping verb and object in the sentence. If you have understood the previous content, you must have understood all these things, right? So in today's video session, we will be talking about different types of sentences, right? I told you how to identify the subject, object and helping verbs, right? For example, if I say they are playing football, so this is my sentence, right? This is in right arrangement. But can I say football playing he is? Can I say like this? No, because when I will say like this, the sentence will not sound meaningful, right? So to check the meaning of the sentence, we make sure that the sentence should be in right position, right? We must know that the subject is it at its right place and the object is at its right place. We must know the position of the helping verb, the main verb as well as the subject object. So this is very important thing. So I already told you that the most important thing is the identification of the subject, right? And similarly, helping verbs, main verbs and object. Is that clear to you all? So now let's talk about the types of sentences. Okay students? See, whenever we talk about sentences, we have ample of sentences, right? We have so many sentences in English language. But we have to identify that what is the affirmative sentence, what is a negative sentence, what is interrogative sentence and what is the exclamatory sentence, right? For that, we have divided these sentences into different categories, right? So what are those categories? Let's see the categories of sentences. So students, number 1 is declarative sentences. Now what are declarative sentences? See, these sentences are very simple sentences, right? These type of sentences tells us about any fact or about any information. For example, if I'm saying they are playing, he is watching a movie. So these all are very simple sentences. They are just telling us about something which is happening, about a very general information or a fact, right? So now these declarative are further divided into two. Declarative sentences are divided into two. That is your affirmative sentences and your negative sentences. So you must understand that what are affirmative sentences and what are negative sentences. Okay students? So if I ask you what is an affirmative sentence, what would you say about it? Yes? Can you tell me about affirmative sentences? Affirmative sentences are again simple statements, right? If I'm saying the teacher is teaching, right? He is eating, they are playing, he is walking, the father is reading a newspaper. So all these are very simple statements. So these are my affirmative sentences. Are you understanding this? Whenever we talk about any simple sentence which is telling us about any information or a general fact, so these type of sentences comes under the category of affirmative sentences. Okay students, is that clear to you all? And what are negative sentences? Negative sentences are those sentences in which we use do not, does not, has not, was not, did not, never, neither, right? So whenever we are using not, never, all these negations we are using, so that means it is my negative sentence, right? Are you understanding this? So what can be the example of a negative sentence? So students, if I say, I have not completed my homework. So this is my negative sentence. Now why this is my negative sentence? Because here what I have used? I have used not. So the moment I will use not, neither, never, not, was not, did not, does not, do not. So all these things will further make my sentence a negative sentence. And see, most of the time what type of questions we get? We get these type of questions that we have to change the affirmative sentences into negative sentences, right? So if I have, she has done her work, how can I change this? This is my affirmative sentence, right? She has done her work. She has completed her work. So by just using not, I can change this, right? I can use not. She has not completed her work, right? She has not done her work. So this is how we can change an affirmative sentence into a negative sentence. Is that clear to you all? It's very easy. It's all about the identification. You must understand what is your affirmative sentence and what is your negative sentence. So students, now let's talk about the structure of these type of sentences. We are talking about affirmative sentences, okay? So what can be the structure of affirmative sentences? First of all, we have subject, right? Then we have verb, then subject plus verb plus object plus full stop. So full stop plays a very important role to complete the affirmative sentences, right? So if I say she is writing a story, so can you see at first place I have my subject, right? What is my subject here? My subject is she, right? She is writing a story. Is my helping verb, writing is my main verb, and a story is my object. As soon as I'll complete my sentence, immediately I'll put a full stop. Right students? Understood? Okay. Now let's see the next example. I can complete this work today. Right? You have to check that whether the subject is at its right position or not. Right? So if you will learn the structure of these type of sentences, if you will understand that, you will automatically get to know that yes, this affirmative sentence is in right order or arrangement. Is that clear? You have to see that the subject should be at first place. So what is my structure? I am repeating it for you people. Subject plus verb, right? Plus object plus full stop. So full stop denotes that the sentence is complete. Okay. So whenever you are writing an affirmative sentence, make sure that it should be completed using a full stop. So these punctuation marks are very much important. Okay students, is that clear to you all? Now let's see the next example. They understood our difficulties. Full stop. So students, can you see that in this example, they is at the right position, right? My subject is at the right position, okay? So here if I talk about, I have watched a test match on the TV. So here what is my subject? I. Who has watched? I have watched, right? So make sure that whenever you are checking any affirmative sentence, you must check the position, that the subject is at its right position. Okay. Now let's talk about a negative sentence. Okay students. So in negative sentences, let's see the example. If I have, he is not a rich man. Now if I have to change this into affirmative, how can I say that? He is a rich man. Full stop. So here my sentence is complete. Okay. So if I have this sentence, he is a rich man, full stop, my sentence is affirmative. Now if I have to change this into negative, he is not a rich man, full stop. So this is how we can change a affirmative sentence into a negative sentence, right? Let's see the next example. I cannot complete this work today. I cannot complete this work today. So here again I have cannot, right? So that is why my sentence is negative. They don't understand our difficulties. Similarly, we had this sentence, right? So we have just changed these affirmative sentences into negative by using cannot, have not, do not, can't, all these things we have used to change the sentence into a negative sentence. Is that clear to you all? So students, what can we say about the structure of negative sentences? The structure of a negative sentences goes like this. We have subject plus verb plus no or not plus object plus full stop, right? Make sure that you do put a full stop in order to complete your sentence. Right, students? So students, I hope that this concept of affirmative and negative sentences are clear to you all, right? So now I'll meet you all in the next video lesson with another sentences and their structures and formulas. So till then, what is your task? That you have to keep on practicing, right? Keep on practicing, keep on identifying your subject, object and verb. Make a good base in your grammar. So I'll meet you all in the next video lesson. So goodbye, take care, and yes, before going, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel and share the videos with your friends and classmates.